But I think Charles Irvin might be the key to this game. If he can get running on the ground, they'll keep a ball away from the U a little bit better.
And the Patterson U will start off with the most dynamic play in pro football, the 3-on-1. Bringing the ball downfield, that's number 18. Looking to bring the ball downfield, that's Kyle Ward. Too smooth. Kyle Ward cutting through defensive plays, trying to get through, and will be taken down inside the 35-yard line at the 32, and it'll be 1st and 10 Patterson. To get that touchdown, great drive to set it up, and here's the snap, starting things off. Roll through, beautiful play there by the U, running straight upfield, 1st down and more, and he'll go out of bounds. And that is a big 1st down play from the Patterson U, number 11.
You know, this Savage team could get pressure on him, but if he keeps playing like that, it's going to be tough to stop.
Quattro Huffin, we see on the replay here.
And what it does is it keeps the defense on their heels so they can keep the momentum up and just get the ball to playmakers.
There's the handoff to the D-Train. Not a lot doing there. A larger gentleman setting up for might be my favorite play in sports, the larger man touchdown, the thick boy touchdown, the thick boy nation, and we see the D-Train here. And those A7FL rules, by the way, were brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Cricket Wireless, more free, more fun, and we see the replay there. And the snap, Huff with time. Then immediately goes to the run, evades tacklers, running down, going near the sideline. Great block setup, getting near to the 20, still on his feet at the 15, the lateral back, and touchdown, Patterson!
Huff is a magician, sneaking out of the pocket, gets in open space, smiles at the Savage sideline, and is a Savage himself. You see what he does here to the defensive line on the replay? Just Houdini just automatically disappears, and then he laughs at the Savage sideline, and his intention is to score. You got blockers down the field, but he's looking for somebody to pitch the ball to, and who better than his buddy, backup quarterback, every playmaker, Kareem Moon.
Kareem Moon on that
An
one.
easy touchdown for the U. The thing is sometimes people look at the U play football, and they think they're really not that elite because they make it look so effortless, so easy.
Set up two to the left, one to the left, one to the right. The toss back over, running in and getting in there. That'll be number 5, making that run in.
That's
and
J-Rock
getting the
Rogers, a defensive end. They like to put their guys in, their longtime players in on conversions to do silly things like they just did with the triple option.
Just staring them down, and we'll see the 3-on-1 here as the Seagulls converge on Asbury Park Stadium with 13:16 left to go. And that ball going out of play, Kenny Prelude was the intended returner there.
Huff is just greater.
And how important, Corey, is it to get on the board first, get on the board emphatically so early in this game against a team like the Savage, and we see number 17.
Well, it's a far cry from what the Savage faced last week in the Animals, where they just beat up on a worse team. Now they're facing an elite team, and let's see what CJ can do at quarterback.
And CJ at quarterback throwing it deep downfield. Oh, swatted away by Patterson.
No longer. Now they have Immortals guys there. Let's see the offensive line make their will known.
And it'll be 2nd down, the handoff going upfield. You see number 21 pushing the pylons, moving it upfield, and getting that 1st down.
I don't know. It's tough because the offense is the one you see on the highlight. The offense is the one that's having fun out there. The defense is just doing their job.
And there's the play, and the snap, and in troubles Mayweather. Mayweather pushing it upfield, getting the 1st down, and will go out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
Go check if you haven't seen it, A7FL.com probably tomorrow or Instagram.
The field,
yeah,
across the field. But if it's not bragging if you could do it and you back it up and stymied at the line. It's about stymieing the offense, controlling and pressuring on both sides of the ball. We've already seen it on offense. And then there's another handoff, play action intended to Mayweather. Ball almost stripped out, and then it'll be DeMarcisco getting the ball there, and a slight gain for the Savage. Chickeration in this dancery. Fitz G in the slot. The snap. with time. Here comes the pressure. Here comes the boom. And number 12, CJ, eating the turf. And the U in number 15, emphatically reminding them. We'll get to that. Well, I'll get to my question in just a second as we throw off here. Ball travels, and they keep it inbounds. A dangerous game being played here by the New Jersey Savage. And here comes an opportunity for Kareem Moon. Drops the ball, but it'll be maintained. And it will be Patterson U ball inside the 30 at the 32-yard line, the U's 32-yard line. Huff, one pass for 5 yards and one for 45 yards so far.
D-Train in the backfield looking huge.
Looking gigantic. 1st and 10, 7:59 left to go. Matt Ryan joined by Corey Hammond here for our third game of the week. Play action, rolls out to his right, now to his left. With time, will Huff throw it? Will he go for it?
Oh, man.
Driving upfield, and we got a little bit of, not a first down, but getting close, getting around the 40-yard line, so that'll be a 2nd and 2. It almost broke off into another long run there for
Huff did have Joel Rivera wide open.
And it'll be 2nd and 2, and there's the handoff to the D-Train. And the D-Train running express to the first down marker. And, folks, if you want to be a part of the A7FL, you want to be a part of the future of football, you want to join us here, head on over to a7fl.com/invest. And investing right now is Kareem Moon in his future. Throws the ball upfield over to number 19. Ball keeps going. He loses his footing, gets touched, and dropped. Almost a touchdown, but his feet were faster than his body. And much like last night, if you face Edson Barbosa, you meet the devil. And he met the devil named the Turf here on that play. A great run by number 19. And
Jumpman with a big gain on first down.
1st and goal. Savage wasting one of their timeouts. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Patterson U with all their timeouts. Play action, quick pass in that corner. Quick slant route. Oh, button hook route and leading to a touchdown. The Patterson U striking again, and that's Debray Tavares, AP Freezer, freezing the Savage defense there on that quick play.
Yeah, there's so many options that the U has. You see, it's real easy. Play action, quick screen, get upfield. The Savage they're back on their heels because they have no idea what play's coming. They're prepared for D-Train, who's a load to stop. They're prepared for Pat Coburn, a.k.a. Smoke, out there, wide receiver. And then the most of the time, corner, Debray Tavares, is the one that gets the call on that play and makes an easy touchdown.
And that's the thing about the U, their depth. Their ability at any given moment to utilize their entire roster, their entire offense. And we'll see they're going for one here.
Looks like they're going to do the triple option again. That's the formation. They're gonna either stick it to D-Train going to the right, or Moon will run option right. There it is.
And there's the handoff to D-Train. No, there's the option, handing it over to number 4 to Ski. Ball still in play. Back over to the quarterback. That backwards. And they'll slip, slide, and dance in, and that one will count. Kareem Moon scoring on his own snap. And that one will count. It is now 14-0 Savage. And we'll see here again on the replay, Corey. They're setting up here. And we see here on the replay a great call here and great eyes by you setting up for that triple option, faking the handoff to the D-Train. Corey.
Yeah, they're going to read number 7, number 9, Ole Bell. Ole plays it right. You got to stop Moon. But then the rest of the defense, they hesitate. But they actually make the play. But guess what? Psych. And then Kareem Moon is obviously going to take it in, walking in for the easy one-point conversion. And those conversions are huge, Matt, because just like in the last game, the reason that we were able to keep it an 8-score game is because we converted on enough of those 2 points. Here's the 75-yard bomb.
And also, Corey, that was a 3-play drive. That was just a 3-play drive. And that ball diving right into the end zone, and they will not allow number 1 to return that one. It will be Kenny Prelu not getting a chance to show his speed just yet. On the 3-on-1, the most exciting play in football. That ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. I'm Matt Ryan. That's Corey Hammond. This is the A7FL, and you're watching us around the world right now, wherever you are, however you're watching us. We're glad you're joining us here in Asbury Park at Asbury Park Stadium. And a big game here as we set up for the divisional tournament starting next week, next Sunday on Fight. You're going to want to be a part of that. And you got to ask yourself the question, Corey, if you're the U right now, you want to be the number 1 seed, or do you want to be the number 4 seed? Where do you want to be in terms of this tournament, in terms of facing off against teams like yourself, against the Savage? Do they want to play the Savage again next week?
Well, the U right now, the way they're playing, I don't think that they care who they play against. They're playing their game. They're playing their brand of football. And there's a lot of smiling and waving and all kinds of showboating you can see over there. They're doing laterals that any coach would literally bench you for the rest of the season for doing. And it's all working. So I don't really think they care. I think they're going to make a statement here against Savage.
And there's the snap.
There's Troy.
There's the ball right over to number 3. Great, beautiful pass and throw. Quick pass and catch to Nazir Smith. And they'll get the first down and the ball. And we'll have a replay here. That ball will be spotted around the 33-yard line, Corey.
Yeah, good execution there. CJ, quick 3-step drop. Looks at the slant. Always open in this league. They got a free rusher, so you got to step in, make it, deliver a ball right into the hands of his wide-open receiver for the slant, and it's a first down. But, look, the U, in 3 plays, they're getting 80 yards. When Huff throws it out of the back of the end zone, that's sometimes that momentum-changing play on the 3-on-1, not available. So let's see what the Savage can do.
And there's the ball to Mayweather. Mayweather running up the sideline, plowing through tackles, will not get the first down, but will get the ball much closer near the 40-yard line.
All season, the Savage are bringing the right guys into the game. You see Willie Mayweather, one of the best running backs in the league. You saw in the last play Troy, one of the best wide receivers in the league. You see at the top of your screen, you got speed, you got playmakers, you got ballers. It's really up to right now the offensive line and CJ to deliver the ball and call a good game. You know, some of the run plays they're running with Mayweather work because of Mayweather. They really have to call great design plays, and right now it looks like Savage is going to just try to go man up, basic offense, but they really need to score here.
Yeah, how important right now is it for them to score?
I mean, if in Madden you get 21, game over. Now it's not going to be game over. This is a long game, but it might feel like it.
Mayweather in motion to quick screen to Mayweather off from CJ. Pushing up, getting the first down, not a lot more. Getting the ball inside the 45. The ball will be at the 43-yard line with 5:02 left to go in the first. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Savage. A big opportunity here. The Savage slowing the game down, trying to dictate and control the pace because that last drive for the U was only 3 plays. So the more frequent, the more time they can take is better for the Savage. They're slowing down the offense, trying to tire out the Patterson U defense because they have to play 4 quarters of full bore. And you got to wonder if that's going to wear down on the U defense or if it's a battle of who strikes first. We saw, and it'll be 1st and 10. And there's the handoff to Mayweather again, trying to go back to the well, and they will have a decent gain near the first down, and it looked like a gain of 9 on the play. And next week, Corey, on Fight, the road to the championship continues with the divisional round as we go to see who are the final 4 in New Jersey, in Florida, in Maryland, in California, who will be making their way here for the A7FL championship game on July 18th on Fight. That road starts. It continues next week as we try to see who will be the top 2 seeds in the state of New Jersey to move on into the national playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be for that cash first, right? The divisional round is for that first $2,500 for each division, and then it's also for seeding in the national playoffs to get that $10K. You know, we're out here having fun, but hey, when money's on the line, let's get it. Straight
cash, homie, as Randy Moss used to say. The ball, CJ in trouble, under pressure, push it down on me, loose ball picked up by number 10. He keeps the play alive, and not a lot of hope there on that one. A marginal gain, if any. That will be a 1-yard gain and get the ball to the 40. I think that'll be a loss. That'll be a loss of 2, and it will be 3rd down. Yeah, and it's getting a little chippy. A lot of conversation here.
He's like the pit bull or something.
And we've got fans watching along. John Vance asking why is Pitts bugging out. It's a contentious game. It's a battle for seeding in the divisional tournament.
The U defense has no chill.
And they are hard competitors, and here's a big play
Good
from
ball.
CJ downfield, caught along the sideline, and that one will go out of play. And a big reception by number 24, Corey. Great setup, great
There's
release.
Fitz G. That's their backup quarterback, 1A quarterback, because he also starts in some of these games. And maybe he gets lost on the play because I don't know if the U respects Fitz G.
Well, we'll see here on the
McQueen
replay.
as a wide receiver, but that's an absolute dime from CJ. That's vintage CJ right there. Great pocket, great delivering the ball, and then look, that's a big man coming down catching him. So I think Fitz would rather himself scored on that play, but to be honest, for the Savage, let's take it and build some momentum on this because it's 1st and 10, and they're in scoring range.
And number 10, Steve Knight, I believe, was the one who got the push out of play.
Steve Knight's athletic, but he's gotten big over the years.
A large gentleman.
Oh, man.
And then CJ eating the turf again. This Patterson U defense bringing the pain.
Looks like Air Jamaica out there. That's the guy with the little mini bun.
And we'll take a look again on the replay.
Momentum play. CJ goes for the pump fake. Nope. Not today, sir.
1 minute remaining here in the first quarter, 14-0. And Corey, in a situation like that, under pressure, in enemy territory, we just saw it with you in your game, driving all the way downfield, fighting against what seemed to be improbable odds. If you're CJ right now, you're under center, you're talking to your offense, what are you calling? What are you doing to try to break the momentum here? 2 rushes for negative 2 yards for
Matt,
CJ.
I always appreciate the love, and you're giving me a lot of credit on that drive. But what you're doing is you're looking in a huddle, and you're looking at your playmakers, and you're saying, look, it's not on me. I'm just going to get the ball out. It's on you guys. And shout-outs to my guys for the Renegades on that drive. But, this is tough.
And there's a snap, another pressure run for CJ. CJ up the sideline, and will keep the ball in some semblance of momentum. A huge 10-yard plus gain will not get them the first down, but it will be inside around the 25-yard line, and they will stay alive on 3rd down. But that will be the end of the first quarter. Will the Savage be able to get on the scoreboard, or will the Patterson U keep it 14-zip? We'll find out in a moment. This is the A7FL Game of the Week. And it's 4th and 7, and you would think they would give it up here, but there's no punting, no kicking here in the A7FL, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 8. CJ with time, wide open, but meeting, almost losing the ball was Anthony DiMarcisco, and that will be a big play. And
we gotta call somebody and tell them about that play because that was a good play.
Well, you know how you can help people call. You know the only thing that feels better than scoring a game-winning touchdown, Corey, is scoring a wireless deal that saves you money. So you can call someone using our friends at Cricket Wireless and find ways to get unlimited data and save from our pals over at Cricket Wireless. And Cricket Wireless, more free, more fun. And it will be 1st and 10 here. Now let's take a look at this replay again. And you see DiMarcisco running right across the field, setting up for that play.
Yeah, they got a switch combo out there, and then 2 guys go with the post with Nazir Smith. You see his hands up in the air. But 11, DiMarcisco's wide open for the conversion. Good play by CJ, and it'll be 1st and 10. This is a big drive, but they're keeping going.
And keeping that ball extended out with Gallimore right there. But CJ in trouble, under pressure, back to DiMarcisco, and lightning does not strike twice. And that ball will be out of play. Dion Davis, a.k.a. Neon Dion there, on the pressure along with number 0.
Same concept. They go in motion. They send Troy on the slant or post. They had Marcisco kind of running almost like an option route where he stopped and then he started fading. But the pressure from the U defensive line forces CJ to move around, turns into a scramble drill, and the ball is just a little behind DiMarcisco. If you go up with 2 hands, maybe you make the catch. But the one-handed catch was an incomplete pass, and it'll be 2nd and 10. You know, Matt, when you drive the ball all the way down the field and you get to the 14-yard line, in most football, you feel accomplished as an offense. In the A7FL, there is no 3 points for an automatic kick. So this is a really tough spot on 2nd and 10 because the field shortens up and the windows close up. So a good defense in the U, they're licking their chops here trying to get a 4th down stop.
2nd and 10, Mayweather set up to the left of CJ. Play action, wide open, and DiMarcisco strutting and sliding his way in there. Touchdown, Savage, and this is getting closer and closer to a 1-score game. And let's take a look again at that big play, the first score of the game for the Savage.
You got play action, and then you just got a slant behind the defense. Craig Pitts moves out of the way for the slant, and Marcisco catches the well-delivered ball by CJ. CJ's been delivering the ball so far tonight, looking great. that's a championship level throw.
It certainly is at the championship level throw, and every player in the A7FL, Corey, dreams of winning the A7FL championship. To recognize that achievement, we've partnered with Herf Jones for our championship rings and designing the new A7FL championship trophy. If you want to be championship ready or celebrate the biggest moments of your life, head to herfjones.com. That's herfjones.com. Champion has a ring to it.
Yeah, one of these teams thinks, especially as hard as they're fighting right now, one of these teams is really getting their eye on that ring. Right now, the front runner for that is the U, but let's see what happens for the rest of this game.
CJ 6 for 9 so far, throwing today and ending that 6-minute-plus drive.
Where are we going to open up the new division?
We're going to hear about that and more from A7FL President Ryan DePaul, and that ball does not go 40 yards, so we will reset again. And it will be a run back.
Matt Moon's been real antsy on these returns because he's been watching Ashanti Worthy getting all the highlights, and he's saying to himself, man, I made this famous, and now that we on Fight TV, now that we getting all this attention, I got to get one of these returns for a touchdown. I'm smelling, maybe not this one, but I'm smelling a huge desire from Diane's mom, rest in peace to Kareen's. Diane's mom. Diane's son. Rest in peace to Kareem Moon's mother.
And here goes
Moon
already at the 50. Slip sliding, going up the sideline. Nothing but the field in front of him, but it will step out of bounds inside the 30. Inside the 25. The ball will be placed at the 27-yard line. And Kareem Moon setting himself up for pretty much another score. And we'll take a look at the replay here. Just going right up the sideline. Do you think if he cut in there, he would have gotten the touchdown?
I can't speak to that because I'm too slow of a human being myself. But look, hitting yardage is huge in football, right? How many return yards does Savage have so far in this game? Zero.
Yeah.
Huff's throwing it out of the back of the end zone. The U, their offense, their high octane, 97 octane offense right now is starting at the 27, Matt.
And that was a 48-yard return for Kareem Moon.
And it looked easy. Yeah. But the point is field position right now. If you're Savage, you just had a great drive. You did everything you were supposed to do except for get the conversion.
Yep.
And on the 3-on-1, you make the mistake in the penalty, delay a game, mistake in the coverage. Now, they're almost inside the red zone to start, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, that is right. Quattro Huffin behind center. Empty backfield immediately rushed. And Huffin going straight up the sideline and will run out of bounds. And it looks like the chain gang will give him that first down.
Every time I see Huff take off, I feel disrespected because he is jogging. He is jogging for that 6 yards and then goes out of bounds, just chilling. Shout out to Big Rob right there in the middle.
The calm, the quick pass, automatically moving upfield to DeBray Tavares, who scored the first touchdown, who scored a touchdown earlier in the game. I believe it was the second touchdown for the U, and we have a player down.
Oh, that's Ole Bell. Is that Ole? No. I thought Ole was down, but I can't see the guy who's down right there. That might be Quentin Bragg's up. Who's that, Johnny Bangura?
I believe it could be
number 8.
Yeah, I believe that's number 8, Cervance. And we'll see the replay here. Beautiful play by Tavares, and it might have been a thumb to the eye. He might have landed on.
No, he got his legs caught up underneath. Let's see what happens.
We'll see what happened here. And he's up. He's a little out of breath, but his fellow players checking on him. And 11-12. They're just a little shaken up there, so it seems like we'll move
after
on.
The last game we saw that. I mean, one thing about the A7FL, it's great for concussion safety. It's great for that, waking up, having a clear head because you're not using your head as a missile in there with the no pads. But, any form of sport, especially on this field turf, you trying to change direction, you got people, with leverage trying to pull your body down. Things can happen. So it's good to see just a regular, out of breath type of play. He walks to the sideline on his own accord, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Patterson U. They come out with the 2 linemen, trips to the top of your screen, and DeBray Tavares at the bottom of your screen.
And that was a 16-yard completion to Tavares, 11-12 left to go. 1st and 10 for the U. Quick screen pass again, and that's to Smoke. Slip, slide, takes it to the house. Did a little bit of the razzle-dazzle.
What does he got
checking
for us?
his pockets.
What does he got for us?
Oh, he's got a piece of paper. Oh, he's got a...
Oh, no. Long live Palestine. Yeah, let's go.
Just shouting out to his teammate, and now Duck, Duck, Goose. Going Duck, Duck, Goose. Oh, and it's all...
I mean,
You gotta love a celebration like that.
If you want to do 2 celebrations, score 2 touchdowns. You can't shout out and give love to the people in Palestine right now suffering from maybe, I don't want to get too political.
Yeah,
here,
but you go from that a touching tribute to a game of Duck Duck Goose, and this was a game of Duck Duck Goose right here. Smoke just sliding and gliding like an ice skater.
Yeah.
Might as well have been
Shout out
going
to
to
my
the
boy.
Winter Olympics on that one. An 11-yard pass play for the touchdown, 20-6, Patterson U.
Shout out to my boy LJ Smith back in the day when I was playing quarterback, throwing to Smoke right there. LJ would say, Smokey, put him in a blender. And he did right there, flashback to vintage Smoke right there for the touchdown.
Going for 1 here, trying to make this a 21-6 game. Play action in the corner. Caught, easy play for Kel Gallimore. Gallimore getting the conversion, and it is 21-6.
Puff looks to throw it out of the end zone again.
Yeah, shout out to John Schiavone and also Zach watching and keeping an
He's
eye
got
on
an
the
opportunity
stats.
here.
And here we go. And it's
Mayweather.
Willie Mayweather getting past
Mayweather.
one tackler. Mayweather looking like he's about to fight a Paul brother, moving upfield, getting in to U territory, and that ball will be spotted around the 44-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 for a Savage team down 2 scores at minimum, who need to create some momentum here, but they do get the ball at the half. They have to keep their cool. They have to keep their resolve. They cannot let this U defense and that U offense get inside their heads. But also, that was a 6-minute drive before to score that touchdown.
That was a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. And there's a lot of time left in this game. But if you take 6-minute drives and the U can just score on 3-4-yard play, three plays,
And
4-play
it's
drives.
like less than 3 minutes of actual time, not just play time that the U scores like that. So 2 things are happening right now. The whole team for the Savage is looking at themselves after games, changing, momentum-changing situations like that, and they're looking for answers. But at the same time, maybe this D for the U is wearing down, staying on the field so long.
And there's the handoff to Mayweather. Mayweather trying to press ahead. Will get a solid about 4-yard gain, and it will be 2nd down with just under 11 minutes to play.
And there's that man, Craig Pitts. He's jacked. Like, you could see it through his jersey right there. He looks like he's wearing pads. He is not. A7FL is not padded.
It's just
That's a grown man.
He's a fire hydrant with shoes.
He's got through 2 blocks on that play and then finishes it up. Actually, he didn't make the original play there, so, good play by number 12. But the U, their defense looks like they're fired up, ready to play.
Yeah, they're ready to go. They're ready to rock. It's 2nd and 6 with 10:27 left to go. The clock will be running until the 2-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter, when after every stoppage, there will be a stoppage in play. And another handoff to Mayweather, and Mayweather just getting 5-6 yards like it's nothing.
Yeah,
and it will be 3rd down.
He's one of the premier running backs in this league. And what's been sad for the Savages is a lot of the games that have been contentious, they're down early. You think BIC, you think the Gators. So they've had to go away from the run. Great run there by Mayweather, and they stay in front of the sticks. So it's only 3rd and 2. And at this point, obviously, it's 4 down territory. So 3rd and 2, you're looking maybe for a play action. You're looking maybe to go up top, because if I'm the Savage, I'm confident that Mayweather can get me that 2 yards.
And that's 31 yards rushing on 4 attempts for Mayweather so far today.
Yeah, only 4 attempts. They're going to have to get the ball to him like 15 times. 3rd and 2.
36 for 5, pardon me. And a big play here, 3rd and 1. CJ with time. Here comes the play. Big swat. Ball goes down, and it will be 4th down. Ole Bell getting olayed by this Patterson U defense, and it will be 4th and 1. And Corey, my question to you is, do they go for it, or do they risk the 3-on-1?
You got to go for it, because right now it's better field position if you somehow don't make it than you do on the 3-on-1, right? The U started at the 27-yard line. You are all the way to the 41. That's better situation field percentage-wise, but also field position-wise. But also, when you saw that play develop on the wide camera like we're seeing it, Q Bell is open on that play. If the ball is delivered with a little bit more juice, Neon Dion can't catch up to that. And to be honest, vintage Q Bell, MVP Q Bell comes down with that, with the hands that he has. So it'll be 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
4th and 1. Mayweather set up to the right. The handoff to Mayweather,
No
smothered
blocking.
and covered like a Waffle House breakfast. The Patterson U stopped the Savage at the door like it's Sunday morning, and there's that mount. There we go, more chippiness. Feeling like the ACC, feeling like one of those games where you
Feel
got
like
those
the
rival
WWE.
towns.
We were on Fight TV, and Fight has a lot of good content in combat sports, but they're looking to see if they, on 4th and 1, you just got to get blocking. The defensive line for the U gets penetration, and as great as a running back that Willie Mayweather is, on 4th and 1, you know it's a run play. Your offensive line has to get their man. If there's any penetration, it's even tougher because Mayweather was going to have to make at least one man miss to get the first down, the 1 yard on that play. Had 3 guys in his grill as soon as he got the handoff. So, you needed a little bit more of a well-designed play call if you're going to just give the ball easy, because everybody knows that Mayweather was getting it on 4th and short. But
yeah,
that opportunity for the Savage slips through their fingertips. They give the ball back to the U. We got 8 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half, and we go from potentially the Savage looking to get within 1 score to potentially Patterson U looking to go up 3.
All that effort for naught, and Huff by himself. The snap, the pressure, rolling out to his left. Huff finds time, finds space, rotates, and great blocking by the offensive line. Waits for it, calls for the receiver, and that ball will fall short, and it will be 2nd down. The intended receiver, number 3 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, Huff is almost impossible to get sacked down there. Now, he only has 2 offensive linemen, so they're sending 3, but he's just able to create time and looks downfield.
And you know what? When you look at the players on the field here, you look at that merch. I want to be a part of it. I want some of that official gear. You get some of that official gear too. I want a Corey Hammond jersey. Why don't I have a Corey Hammond jersey? I work for the league, but if you want to be cool and get your own Corey Hammond jersey, or if you want a Patterson U jersey, or you want like a New Jersey Savage hat, I like those San Diego Shockwave jerseys. I want to rock one of those in this summer. It's a thick boy summer. A7FL.com/gear. And speaking of gear, the U gearing up, the pass, moving upfield, the first down and more, and an emphatic tackle from number 6, Q Bell, making the stop, and it will be 1st down after the reception by I believe that's number 19.
Sometimes you watch Huff play quarterback, and it looks like they might be calling holding here on the offensive line for the U, maybe on Big Rob. Oh, Big Rob. Hey, it's better to hold for your quarterback than to let somebody in free. But when you watch the replay, maybe if on a penalty like that, you're not going to see it. But the things Huff does at quarterback, you're not going to teach a kid to do that stuff. He's jumping, throwing the ball,
and he's got that shortstop kind of throw. And we've talked about that before.
That's not good. That's not good fundamentals. So kids, if you're not Quattrell Huffin, don't copy him on plays like that. But when you see him make plays like that, you understand why the U easily right now is undefeated, with not very many teams coming even close.
An illegal forward pass. He went past the line of scrimmage, so it will be 3rd down.
My bad, Big Rob.
3rd down and about 13.
You saw, I don't know if you saw it. When I said my bad, he tapped his chest. Smoke coming from the quads to the top of your screen. Now it's smoky. Bottom of your screen, number 89, single coverage. Nobody above him.
And that's a bad idea and a bad scene, and so's this one. Quattrell Huffin moving upfield, moving, grooving, nothing but the end zone in front of him, and it's elementary, my dear Watson. Touchdown, Patterson. A bit of a trust fall there, and the only thing we could trust, Corey, is that may not be the last time we see him run into the end zone tonight.
It's such an interesting chess match before the play, because when you're the Savage and you have a 2-man offensive line, a lot of times the thing you would think is let's send 3. But he makes anybody miss, because that's not even great blocking. He's got 2 men on him, gets past it, and there's that smile.
Yeah,
that is so disrespectful.
He's so happy to do this.
Blocking downfield, and then he's got the speed to separate. He's getting into 5th gear. Those are fast guys there for the Savage, and he's just jogging into the end zone.
And a great pick there. Kel Gallimore running basically a pick and roll, giving Huff the opportunity because there was a defender behind him, but he basically ran a slant route instead of a block and was able to get the touchdown.
Yeah, man.
What a great play.
I wish right now that I could get one game Preferably next week, where I could have the legs that you see on a game-in, game-out basis from Huff. Because as far as a thrower of the football, accurate, on time, arm strength, right? But when you mix that with the athletic ability and the overall speed and the fifth gear that he can get into, how do you stop that?
You can't. That was a 45-yard rush for Huff. 45 yards. 3 rushes, 101 yards on the ground.
That's ridiculous.
And the throw, and that one's caught. And if you're on the Savage line right now, if you're on the Savage sideline and you're looking for answers, you're a leader, Corey. You're a leader in the locker room. What are you telling your team on the sideline as you get deeper and deeper?
We're in the second quarter, and like, what do you tell your team? You tell your team there's 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and although you're down, 22 points, 3 touchdowns, a couple conversions, you're not out of this game, because we've seen teams in this league, a lot of teams, come back and make huge plays, game-changing plays, but those games that we're talking about, Matt, are not against the U. So what you do if you're the Savage quarterback, CJ, right? We talk about how he was at Boston College. We talk about Fitz G, the other quarterback. He was at Cincinnati. You got ballers. You got to start making plays as Huff looks to throw it out of the end zone again.
It'll be Mayweather, not Prelude, and he will return that from the yard line and breaks through one tackler but gets caught up on the ankles. A bit of a dragon leg whip there, dragon leg screw, and that'll be brought down for a first down. And the Savage will try to make this work with 7 minutes left and only one timeout.
Tough thing is here is what you feel like when you're down 3 touchdowns is you feel the urgency in which this drive is necessary. But unfortunately, what that means sometimes is you see Mayweather, probably the best option on offense for the Savage. He's walking off the field because you almost feel like you have to pass. Now, he's taking a breather, and that's why he's out. But if I'm CJ, you can't change the game plan too much. Because the game plan right now has been that, purposeful, methodical offense has actually been working at times for the Savage. They just have to find a way on those third and mediums, third and longs, fourth and longs to find conversions. They did on the touchdown drive, but right now, as you see Fitz G in the backfield at running back, which he's probably not going to get the handoff.
And that was a
DeMar Cisco at the bottom of your screen.
1st and 10 with time. CJ downfield, and that one is not caught. DeMar Cisco had a chance, but pulled away from him, and that will be 2nd down. And that was a 2nd and 10 on the 24.
A lot of good catches from DeMar Cisco so far in this game. That's not a perfect ball, but you got pressure in CJ's face. You see there, play action. You get late pressure. Although the pocket looks actually perfect.
The pocket is perfect.
You got to put the ball a little bit more on him. That low ball should be caught. But if he puts it on him, maybe Marcisco can turn that into an even bigger play.
Basically a mustache hair's length away from DeMar Cisco on that one.
And who would know better about mustache hairs than my man, Matt Ryan?
A Lee Marshall-esque mustache hair. Just a thick, sturdy one. Like I have a solid mustache, but that one's one you can write home about. You could set your watch to that kind of mustache. And I want to thank our producer, Stephen James, for his service here tonight. 6:03 left to go in the first half. And we see DeMar Cisco jawing it up a little bit with Neon Dion on the sideline. And it will be 2nd and 10. DeMar Cisco set up to the bottom of your screen. In motion is number 24. And there's a snap and the pressure. The ball tossed over to number 17.
Shedrick.
That's Cedric Goodridge. And Goodridge gets in the pit and barely gets a yard on that one. It will be 3rd down.
Yeah, that type of play I got in trouble in my game, right? Sometimes that little flip to your tight end after he's failed blocking for you ends up in a fumble. But that's CJ trying to make the best of what he can. Chicken bleep to chicken salad, right? But Shedrick gets back to the line, so that's a kind of a big play there, because if the sack, it's 3rd and forever, and now it's only 3rd and 9, but still a tough spot against this U defensive line. They've been all over CJ at times, but at times when CJ's had the time in the pocket, there's open receivers down the field. So, that's a positive. You look into this game, coverage in the A7FL is always difficult for corners. You saw it in our game. You see it in this game. If you have a capable quarterback of delivering the ball, it's hard to cover when there's no safety help, when there's no zone coverage real concepts, because it's almost all man, it's all islands out there. So third and although they might have a roughing the passer penalty that gives them the first as CJ lines up.
It seems
with
to be
Mayweather
that.
back in the backfield, twins right at the top of your screen where you got
The 24 in motion.
Fitz-G in motion.
And their handoff to Mayweather. Yep, Mayweather pushing up field and fighting almost literally for every yard on that one. It will be second down, and it looks like one U player a little not happy with that, and Mayweather showing off his strength. I wouldn't be gloating so much about it right now when you're down 28-6.
Yeah, that's a physical play, and after a physical game, Matt, how are these athletes going to get a little bit better feeling in the morning?
Funny you should ask, Corey, because the A7FL is proudly sponsored by BioHemp Plus. Unlike other pro football leagues, A7FL athletes like Corey have day jobs, and after their games on Sunday, they need to be ready for Monday morning. BioHemp Plus is specifically formulated to help alleviate pain and support the immune system and the central nervous system. When you go to biohempplus.com, use the promo code A7FL, and you get 20% off your order. That's biohempplus.com using the promo code A7FL. BioHemp Plus, redefining your CBD experience. And it'll be second down in the snap. See Mayweather in motion. Ball knocked loose, but it's maintained by the Savage.
Score.
Big man running. Then it'll be down. And that is a first down for the big man, number 73. That is number 73, Nate Green. Stepping up, showing heart, showing that he is ready to do whatever is necessary. We'll take a look at that on the replay.
Let's see if he missed the block that led to the sack
He
fumble.
tried to redeem himself
right?
there?
I don't know. I mean, look, when you're a big guy and you get the ball in your hand, it doesn't matter what happened 3 seconds ago. This is the play of your life now. So if you look at the replay, we'll see if he got beat there.
And we see the rush here. Ball coming loose. And then just creating some calamity there. And then you see number 73,
You gotta love the way he's holding the ball. He might have held the ball, like he's holding the ball 4 points. He's not fumbling. He's looking downfield. He almost looked like he was about to score on that play.
Tiki Barber should learn how to hold the football like this man. And that's a 10-yard return, 1st and 10. 7th play of the drive right here. CJ in trouble, getting on his bicycle, will go upfield and will go past the 50-yard line, and it will be at least a 7-yard gain. We will get.
You see a lot of positive plays for the Savage offense. You see CJ doing what he can back there. There were open guys down the field. The problem is the rush is getting in real quick. So CJ, as a quarterback, I know as a quarterback, when you have the rush coming at you, priority number one is avoid the rush.
Yeah.
So when you have a guy breaking open at the 10-yard in, like you saw on Fitz-G, but you have a man in your face, you can't deliver the ball on time. So that gives the defensive secondary a chance to recover on the route. And then also it turns into a scramble drill where you saw DeMarcisco, he was running a post, snapped it back outside. He was a little bit open, but a good play by CJ to get, about 7 yards on the run and stays ahead of the 6, and it'll be 2nd and 3 for the Savage as we bring it in close to the 2-minute warning. Shot a Big Mo with the Palestinian flag there on the top.
And it's the 2-minute warning, but it looks like we'll
play
play through it.
Bald head.
He is a very large man, and I want to see a very large touchdown. And
Mayweather.
check out, we're going to have highlights at the half like this one. Ball comes loose, and it looks like the U's come up with it. Did the U come up with it? They did, and we got to wait for the officials. But Mayweather, losing the ball on a huge run and an opportunity. And number 3, he's got viral on the back of his jersey, and that's a viral moment because it's going to make
Let's see if he was down because it was borderline. I think the ball was out because look at right here. He reaches out.
Oh, no, that ball's loose.
That's definitely a fumble.
That's a fumble. Viral, making people sick right there.
He's got to play basketball. He's got quick hands. That's a point guard steal in basketball. That's a tough play. That's a tough play because if you're Mayweather, you're trying to reach the ball out, get that extra yards. He's always fighting for extra yards. But when you have the ball in one hand, holding life like a loaf of bread, as so many over 40-year-olds would say.
It will be a 1st and 10. Mayweather set up behind CJ. You see DeMarcisco at the top of your screen. 90 seconds left to go. Number 8 in motion. Play action. Double play action to DeMarcisco downfield. And that will go to a ghost. And that will be an incomplete 2nd and 10.
As bulletproof as sometimes we act as the U's defense is, that's a waggle concept. Jet waggle. You fake the jet. You fake the dive. There were 2 guys open on that post. You saw a wide open DeMarcisco, missed him. But the jet man on that wheel route, number 8, by himself, he could have caught it with his knees and a headstand, and a handstand, excuse me, and walked on his hands another 20 yards is how wide open he was. Now, I'm not gonna knock CJ because you're going for the first read on that is the post. So you see him wide open, you deliver the ball, you just miss. But there's some plays to be had as I'm scouting the U right now. If I have the chance to play them in the divisional round, there's plays to be had out there in the passing game. It's just you got to stand tough in the pocket against a great defensive line in the U and take the punishment as you deliver it.
And the Savage doing what we said at the top of the broadcast, taking their time, drawing these drives out, trying to extract scores, try to keep this U defense on the field for as long as possible. Wear the defense down. It's the rope-a-dope, but down 28-6, you kind of need a little bit more of an emphatic energy on offense.
Yeah, let me just say, because that looks like a roughing the passer penalty is his 1st and 10 for the Savage, even though the incompletion is CJ drops back. Fires it again to DeMarcisco. Kels Gallimore, touchdown.
Gallimore, nothing doing. Almost got a pass interference, and then DeMarcisco catching it like it was nothing. Looking like the New Jersey version of Julian Edelman, picking it up, putting it in his pocket, and putting it on the board. It's 28-12.
You saw Kels Gallimore. The reason I said his name is he was trying to get a penalty on there. He knew he was burnt.
And we'll
but
see.
A great throw from CJ right on time. He sees a wide open man and just makes it easy for him. All he has to do is turn around and catch the ball. Kels has no chance to swat it away. And the Savage, they're not here to give up. They're here to fight. And as we talked about, with 1 minute, 20 seconds left, they put in a big score to cut it to 2-score game.
And we're going to take a look at another angle here. And if you're, Corey, right now, your team is in a precarious position. You guys are you're the 4 seed right now, and you see the Savage scoring more points, trying to lock in that 3 seed. It's going to come down to that plus or minus situation. And DeMarcisco with a beautiful catch. DeMarcisco, a big plus for this Savage offense.
Yeah,
really
we haven't seen him all year.
First day on the
Just
job.
Rashad Knight at quarterback. He's more of a DN, but
and behind the back pass and walking in there is number 17. You've got to be kidding me. 17-38. And this one,
so Matt,
baby, scoring that touchdown.
That's a 2-point conversion on what should have definitely been a sack. So now it's a 2-score game in which
this is good. The regular season continues next week, but there are huge implications for the playoffs that go into this week in these games, and that ball will bounce inside the 5. It's a live ball. It's touched. It's a loose ball, bringing the ball upfield at the 20. Slips through one tackler, rides through, cuts through to the other side, cuts through a defender, staying upright, and he will get stopped at midfield. What a run back for the Patterson U from number 18, Kyle Ward.
And the lanes open up for a great return.
And Huff throwing this one deep downfield. Smokey was wide open, but misses it. Overthrown by a Tom Selleck mustache hair, and it will be 2nd down with 1:12 left to go.
We got so many playmakers out there. They got to respect anybody going for the quick screen. The U have been so successful with it, they almost hit on the touchdown.
And now Huff with time, a little bit of pressure. Rolling, and as I sack Negron, getting into trouble is Quattrell Huffin. Huffin launches a laser beam wide open, and I think that's DeBray Tavares again, and he will be brought down inside the 15-yard line.
For 10, 12, 13 seconds, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Play action.
Moon's
Huff
open.
Oh, my God, Moon's open.
Kareem Moon wide open.
But he throws the smoke.
And Smoke getting the pass anyway.
Now you do the duck, duck, goose, man. First was the Palestine. Now you do duck, duck, goose. You see, he ran out of touchdown celebrations because he wasn't planning on scoring twice, so that they can get the ball back with less than like 20 seconds.
That makes sense.
Still score.
And they're going to go for 1 here. 18 yards from Huff to Moon, 3 plays, 50 yards. Pardon me, to Smoke.
I might have to play this team.
I'm sorry. I have no control over that. And a beautiful, just light touch throw. And that is to number 19, Joel Jumpman Rivera. No real jumping there. A slight hop, a Matt Hoffman-esque bunny hop. And it will be now 35-14.
BMX reference?
A 21-point.
They returned twice. So he might be keeping it on bounds and keeping it inbounds on purpose.
And this one
That's
thrown
skyrocketed
high into the air. And this one will be returned inside the 15-yard line, right on the 15. Prelude gets dropped at the 25, so barely a 10-yard return. If I'm the Savage right now, I'm just trying to air it out in these last 52 seconds. You have no timeouts left.
Nothing you can lose. You're down 21.
Yeah. And you get the ball at the half. You get that opportunity, and what else are you going to do? Just add to this, and there it is to DeMarcisco. DeMarcisco trying to keep the ball in play, and we'll get out of bounds.
He might have got another 20 yards if he stayed up the middle field and just attacked, but with only one timeout.
No timeouts. They're out of timeouts.
They called the timeout on that play. So with no timeouts, that's a next-level intelligence play, football IQ. DeMarcisco was very impressive in this first half.
And they gotta keep the momentum. They gotta keep it moving. There's a screen pass over to number 24.
That's
pushing upfield. Fitz G will get out of bounds near the 50 with 41 seconds left to go. That'll be timed out at 40.
Yeah, Fitz once upon a time was a backup quarterback for the U, and they're letting him hear it. I'm looking to see DeMarcisco again up top. 2nd
and 6. CJ rolls out to his right under pressure, thrown deep, a wobbly ball.
Oh.
And if that one was a little more laser guided to DeMarcisco. I'm Matt Ryan. That's Corey Hammond in motion. Play action. CJ looking to dump this one, and that one will bounce off the ground. Intended pass to Mayweather. I'm about to go to the score bar at halftime, but at halftime we're going to be bringing you some of the stats. 8 for 15 and 100 yards for CJ. So barely above 50%.
But that's commendable, and he's missed on a couple of big plays. Yeah. His 4th down.
4th and 6.
Send the pressure.
The throw caught by DeMarcisco. Ball comes loose, goes out of play behind the first down marker, and it will be a turnover for the Savage. DeMarcisco
had the first down yardage, and then he tried to get the ball out of bounds to one of his players. It almost might have looked like an illegal forward pass, which would then be a loss of down. Hurry up offense. Let's score on every play. Let's pitch it if we didn't score yet.
Like a McLaren on the turnpike at 2 a.m. with time. That's one. Huffin wide open, but that one will fall way short. That will fall way ahead of number 4,
That's
the
Ski.
Intended receiver, Ski.
Or an A7FL defensive player. You're watching this game right now thinking, like, how am I going to do this when it's your turn?
And Huff, with not a lot of time, leaps this one up. Jump ball. Caught inside. And he didn't score, but that could be the end of the half.
It is.
It is the end of the half. Smoke with the reception, just adding to the stat line.
You're going to try to get pressure maybe, but he's going to make you look stupid. And you're going to try to cover, but they're going to make you look stupid.
And there's the quick screen pass to Kareem Moon,
Oh,
the
boy.
lateral. Throwing while the ball's still in play. Gets over to Huffin. Back over on the lateral.
Ridiculous.
This is insanity sauce. Ball still alive. Trying to throw the lateral. Screw the Statue of Liberty. This is the entire island of Manhattan on that one. Slip slide. Touchdown, Patterson. Kareem, silky smooth Moon. Making it look easy as the sun sets in Asbury Park. You got to put that in a picture, frame it, and hang it up in the house because that might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Kids, you're watching this? That's not what you do because you're not the you. I'm
No.
going to tell all the kids watching, you don't do that because it only works when you're wearing gray and orange and you're putting your hands up and you're
Now let's take a look at this replay.
I can't even talk. Look at this.
Quick pass, the lateral, that's one lateral,
Somehow stays
pinballs
Throws
into
it
the
across the
lateral
field.
from Huffin. That one goes over to number 9. Ball still
Great
alive.
Tavares, Joel Jumpman Rivera. Oh, no, it's Moon.
And
it's
then
Moon.
Kareem Moon getting the ball.
And the
Kareem Moon.
quarterback makes a block.
What is Kareem Moon doing in the impact zone? He's putting 6 on the board, making it 41-14. And there were 4 laterals.
Yeah, he has
on that.
no rushes, no receptions, 2 touchdowns.
And the
Great
1-point
stat line.
conversion after the false start penalty, and then just
Here he goes again.
trying to make it go. Just going. Oh, come on! That's like watching Iverson in 98. He doesn't get the 1-point conversion. It's the most exciting play in football, the 3-on-1. Mayweather will return this one, evades one tackler, but in trouble, trying to get past the 20 at the very least. Does so, gets stopped at the 29-yard line.
There's a good comparison there. You see the effort, you see the will and determination from a Savage player.
And it'll be 1st and 10. CJ under center with Mayweather in motion. The handoff to number 8 and is immediately stopped. And that was Servance.
Burgered, as we call it. But right now, it's looking like that game might end up that way.
And here comes an opportunity for CJ. Ball gets caught, lateral back over to number 17, trying to make something happen here on 2nd down, and will only get back to the 30-yard line, and it will be third down. A U.S. play, Corey,
Yeah,
but
that's
not
how
turning
it looks.
out.
That's how it looks when you're not the U, and you try a play like that.
We got a palindrome 1441 left to go. Thanks,
You keep
Steve.
saying palindrome, and I use my 3-syllable vocab words. I don't even know how this applies to this game.
Well,
This is
because
a
it's the
beatdown.
same number backwards and
Oh,
forwards.
I got you. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's almost intercepted by number 30, and you can see him dejected and doing push-ups.
See, guys, that's why you stay tuned into the broadcast even when it's 41-14.
Yep.
And the Savage are doing everything they can. And in the booth, we're doing everything we can to keep this
And
interesting,
there's a
too.
snap on 4th and 3.
Good throw.
CJ throws it, caught.
Mayweather.
And that's Mayweather with the first down. You talk about the Railers. You combine the Raiders and the Whalers. That might be the name of a new A7FL team. If you decide to expand with us and you go to a7fl.com/expansion,
Yeah.
A7FL President Ryan DePaul earlier today announcing that expansion is happening. We're seeing
Where?
Well, we got to find
Ryan,
out. We
where?
got to see.
Are we
And
going to Louisiana? We going to Ohio? There's so many hotbeds of football around the Americas, because I know Mexico sometimes clamors for us. I know we got some fans out in Germany that are, for whatever reason, obsessed with BIC from, I guess, their championship run. But A7FL is not only national, it's almost, I would say, international, just because there's no teams anywhere else.
Well,
but, hey, that announcement from Ryan DePaul, the commish, is highly anticipated because we got tons of people always in the chat saying, "Oh, I want to do this. How do I get involved?"
Exactly.
Right? Own your own team. Own your own stake. Go to Start Engine. What's the read? I'm going to mess that one up.
A7FL.com/expansion. That's A7FL.com/expansion. 1st and 10. 10:04 left to go in the half. CJ launches this one deep downfield. And
Throw the flag.
Steve Cisco could
man.
not catch it. You can see the possibility of the flag, and we're holding on the referee here because we're waiting for the hanky. No hanky. Huck it, chuck it, football.
Look, we might play the U. I see some openings, but it's really tough to hit an open man with one of these guys from the defensive line for the U.
In
just
motion,
bearing
number
down
8,
at
and
you.
here comes the pressure. Here comes the pain. Ball almost intercepted, intended for Cisco, and it will be third down.
Against this tough Patterson U defense.
8:12 left to go. The snap, and here comes the pressure. One man coming right after him on the edge. CJ on his bicycle. He's going to have to pick it up and run, and will be run out of bounds. And seemingly getting the first down in more out of bounds near the 40-yard line. And they are still alive here with the score remaining 41-14 as we're near the halfway mark of the third quarter. Is that this isn't the whole roster.
I mean, even if they don't have some of the guys, this is still a full-strength football team.
And and there's a handoff moving upfield, the handoff to number 4, and that is Malik Walker. And you can see look at the pressure on the right side of the line.
Nobody's blocking. Nobody's doing anything.
CJ's just basically saying, "Screw it, I'ma go," and then I'ma go down now. We saw that. I believe the Animals are going to Baltimore. The handoff here, and a hand to the face by number 8. That's Servance, Servance, moving the ball downfield, and it will be a first down. These long drives.
Then those make one guy miss an open field and then break for an easy touchdown. CJ play action.
Rolls out to his right. Not
Nobody's
a lot of
open.
option. Runs into a brick wall and stopped around the 30.
Yeah, that's
barely. Like a 2-yard gain on that one.
He's doing everything he can to keep the Savage in this game, and they're not.
7 rushes for 38 yards. CJ behind center. He has rushed for 38 yards so far and almost gets sacked. A quick one to the offensive lineman.
Did he declare his
I
tight end?
believe he was declared as an illegal
That's the second
player.
time that big man has touched the ball.
Yeah, he says he claimed it.
Yeah,
he says he claimed it.
Look, I'm a ball carrier.
I'm fat. CJ with time, looking for an option. He'll just run it.
PH
going
fat.
upfield. He passed the 20, near the 15, and taken out of play. Corey, you're too nice. 2:08 left to go in the third quarter. That's Corey Hammond. I'm Matt Ryan, the voices. You're listening to this game on the A7FL. Our final game of the week. Voices carrying here, and so many carries here for CJ. And it will be 1st and 10 with minute 16. And I got an Amy Mann reference in a football broadcast. I'm feeling good. CJ not feeling good on that one. Intercepted at the 1-yard line. And that is smoke. Pardon me. I believe that was Kels Gallimore. Gallimore late with a flash to the 21 and having a couple of words to the Savage sideline as these two will go into a 10-minute drive.
Not enough strength on the ball. The ball floats in the air just a little bit, and that great drive where they're getting methodical play after methodical play becomes a turnover because it takes too many plays to score.
And there's the handoff to the D-Train. The D-Train running express. No stopping, going right to the depot, and will be taken out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And a quick correction, that was a 10-minute drive. Started at 11:49 on the clock, ended at 1:29, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. And we right now are seeing the U continue to matriculate the ball downfield.
The late minutes of this game is not someone that I would want to ever tackle.
And at the end of the final play of the quarter, the D-Train making some slight moves forward, and that'll be a gain of about 3 as the third quarter turns into the fourth quarter.
You know you're going to get a fight, and there's a lot of good ballers out there for the Savage, but what we learned is that the U is the real deal.
Speaking of the real deal, Quattrell Huffin just breaking. He had the real deal with Quattrell Huffin right there. 3 wide receivers set at the bottom of the screen. He just direct takes it, goes upfield, and gets the first down and more.
That is the only thing that has kept the U from scoring 40-plus this entire season. And even against a pretty stingy defense like the Savage, who only allowed 20 points to BIC. They're getting 41
first
points
and 10,
on them easy.
3-man rush, and in trouble. Ball's knocked loose. Loose ball, and that one will be picked up by the U, and a huge loss there.
2nd and 21. This is exactly what they wanted to do.
Rolls out to his right. There's the ball to Smoke. Smoke with one defender. Gets past him. One defender behind him. Just making it look so easy. Smoke with the touchdown. And now it's 48-14. Eating it up, stirring it up, chopping the salad, having a full course meal. And it's 48-14 Patterson.
That one because he's been using that for years. But that's 3 touchdowns for Smoke. That's, 30 touchdowns for Huff? He's got 30 touchdowns on 11 for 12 passing, 700,982 yards, and
let's take a look.
Oh my!
Quattrell Huffin, the player of the game here, 47-14.
We're doing player of the game at 12:49. It didn't go good.
And there's the
loser
handoff
team.
to the D-Train. D-Train loses it and cannot get there. Dropped at the 2-yard line. 5 catches, 140 yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns for Smoke so far today. And you know what? It's not 420, but the smoke is billowing here in Asbury Park.
Yeah, as we mentioned, CBD. We're about to get on the screen. Hold up. There it is. Come up. Keep rolling. Oh, where's the Biohemp? It's the next one. There it is. Biohemp Plus. Save 20% on your order.
Waiting for
Big Smoke. Yeah, I was
Are
like,
you just producing? Are you just producing from the seat now? That's my job. And yeah, you know what? Biohemp Plus. If you want to save 20% off your order and get some CBD for you and your pets, go to biohempplus.com and use the code A7FL.
If you smoky and you tired from running 130 yards on 5 catches, where most of it's yard after the catch, because Huff is dialing up not only great throws but a great called game here, as they put up 47 on the Savage team that hasn't allowed more, I think, than 20-something that they did earlier this – oh, no, against the Gators they let up 34. So, but that was a closer game. That was 34-25. Here, Patterson U 47, Savage 14. Huff is throwing 90 yards, skyrocket in the air. Everything is awesome for the U.
And the drop over to number 1, that's Kenny Prelude. Prelude meeting a wall and then just basically meeting the U defense on the sideline. And Quattrell Huffin was the one who got the tackle. And he gets dirty dancing on the sideline.
I had the time of my life.
And let's take a look at the replay here.
Blowing out the Savage team.
And just watch here. Huff just hip checks him.
Truth. That I'll hit you on the sideline too.
And if you want to see a hit like that again,
from a quarterback,
if you want to see a hit from a quarterback again, and you want to witness everything about the A7FL, you want to follow us across social media, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. We have highlights, we have great moments, and we have so much more for you. Follow us across social media, search the A7FL, and as always, you can find up-to-date scores, information, and highlights at A7FL.com. It's 1st and 10 for the Savage, down 47-14. I'm Matt Ryan. This is Corey Hammond. We're calling the action for you from Asbury Park Stadium, our final game of the week as we head into Week 6 with a lot of uncertainty. The divisional round of the A7FL season.
Now, do you know, because this gets complicated, because this math is not
snap,
for us.
CJ rolling out to his left. trying to find an opportunity. That ball gets tomahawked, picked up by number 4, Malik Walker, and it's trying to see if that ball was inbounds or not. It'll be second down.
Yeah, if you look on the spiral on that ball, I don't know what happened there, CJ. That looked like Daffy.
Corey, you were asking about the
yeah, because
round.
the seeding right now, because what's going to happen is Patterson U is going to be undefeated. Their point differential is better than BIC. 1 seed. Undefeated BIC. 2 seed. 3 seed and 4 seed for the divisional round playoffs are questionable because we got to do math. And right now, Matt, I know you're a smarter guy than me. I've been getting hit all day. I'm not doing math. I can't even tell you what the point difference is between 47 and 14. It's something closer to 30 than like 30, 33? Whoa, good math there. So the point differential is going to matter because Savage, unless we see a miracle, is going to be 2-3 after the 5-week season. The Renegades, my team, is going to be 2-3 after the 5-week season. And then it goes to point differential to who's the 3rd seed, who's the 4th seed, because that matters is the Savage going to have to play the U, or am I going to?
2nd and 10. After the consecutive sack races, the ball's thrown to the big man.
Not
45.
eligible.
He's not the eligible receiver.
When your
but he
jersey
tried.
is ripped from your own gut, you are not eligible even if you raise your hand.
He was on his bicycle.
He was
wide
open because no one is allowed to cover him. And he was so wide open because guess what? Watch the replay here. Whiff blocks.
Yeah,
nobody's blocking.
He was like
screenplay.
He
wide
was
open.
looking.
Let's go, CJ. I got you.
He was. This meat castle was looking one way. He then looking the other way, and then he saw the ball and said, "What do you want from me?"
All right, so they're wearing red jerseys. He's saying he's going with the Matador principle. He's waving that floppy jersey that's ripped in the back. He's saying, all right, you, go past me. Wow. And then he sets up for the screen. Problem is, in the A7FL, you can't be the center and get a screen pass. This is not flag, which is one of my pet peeves in the football world, is in the 9-man flag. They have those centers go out for passes. When you're number 65 and the 5 on your jersey is ripped from your own girth in the back, you're not eligible to catch a pass as Rashad Knight, the defensive end that plays quarterback sometimes relatively well,
3rd and
trying
10.
to make a play, fires it.
To DeMar Cisco, who will catch
great.
it on
That's great.
the 35 loose ball, battling for it, and it looks like
loose? Did he throw it, or did you just snatch that right out of his hands? Because
I have no idea what happened there. DeMar's the.
Yeah, but his knee was down. He threw it at the last second. I'm getting in my ears from our producer, but his knee was down.
And it did not, and it took yards away, and it's 4th down now.
That's the second time he's tried to do a U lateral. And kids, that's not a smart play. Go back to the 2006 national championship game. Reggie Bush was trying to showboat, beat Texas, throwing the ball to the other team. Guess who won that game? Texas, because in real football, when you're not the U and every single player on your team is an absolute playmaker that's about to score on every play, you're not going to just lateral it and score unless you're the U.
And the shovel pass to number 17, and that one will get him on 4th down to get the 1st down and a little bit more.
Yeah, Rashad Knight, excuse me. Give it a little U shovel pass to Shedrick Goodridge. Also a UFC fighter, not technically
mixed
UFC,
martial
mixed
artist.
martial art. UFC is a brand. MMA is a style of sport. Thank you, Matt. You're always much smarter than me in the fight sports.
I work in the punch game, so I work in the kick punching.
Yeah, I mean, you punched me just like a friend in the shoulder before. I was like, not the throwing arm, bro.
But it will be 1st and 10.
It will be 1st and 10.
A sign of life here.
But it's more like it's 1st and 77 because they got to score right now in this play. Then they got to score on a fumble that the U gets on the 3-on-1, and then they're still down by 3 scores. So
yeah, it's a long way to Tipperary.
They had to take CJ out because he was working so hard to get yards that he
Knight
can't go to work tomorrow.
Rashad Knight just smothered, covered, his own teammate keeping him up. 73 loses the ball.
Pass.
Incomplete pass. The live ball's still live.
No, it's an incomplete pass.
There was a ball still
Whenever
live.
the U sees the ball on the ground, they're like, "Oh, touchdown! We're going to score." So, Matt, how has a game like this that we said this could be the game of the week in my announcer board? This could be the game of the week. Has a game like this ever gotten this out of hand where guys are just throwing the ball, whatever, and it's working for one team because the U has said whatever,
Yeah,
at least on 6 plays. In the first quarter, they did it and scored on a touchdown.
Some can call that sloppy. Some can call that undisciplined. I call it a level of desperation because they don't want to play the U again next week. They don't want to be in a situation where they're going to be in trouble dealing with a similar situation. They're trying to leverage it. So
they're trying to force us, the Renegades, to play this defense, which the defense has actually let up some plays, but not too many.
And the ball thrown from Knight to number 4, Malik Walker. Walker pushing up field. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. Pardon me, 3rd down and 1.
The toughest part about this climb for the Savage, which is impossible, right? There's no way without some kind of miracle, like religious miracle coming down and light shining from the dark sky, that the Savage are going to pull this out. But like you said, there is a chance that you're going to face this same team next week. And what's great about football is it's not a 7-game series. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. So even though this doesn't seem like an important drive for the Savage, they got a backup quarterback that's more known in this league for the years he's played as a DN. If they can get some momentum and score a couple of times and make this a little bit of a more competitive game.
Knight throws it and makes the play. Malik Walker just eating that one there. 14 of 26 combined between Rashad Knight and CJ.
And they're efficiently, that should be a decent game. But when you're facing the U offense and they're scoring 3-play drives, 2-play drives, and 20 seconds left.
On the replay here, finding that opening, Walker pushed off his defender. Yeah, it wasn't a well-thrown ball by any means. It was a wobbler, but it got the job done.
If he catches it for a first down, and he's a D end, and he's got pressure in his face, that'll work. But like I said, if the Savage can keep some momentum, maybe they can go into next week's game if they do play the U and have a chance.
1st and 10.
Marcisco wide open.
Another wobbler to DeMarcisco. DeMarcisco keeping the play alive. Trying to get past Gallimore, and will run out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 again, following up a 15-yard gain and a big play here.
Why did he just spike the ball behind the A7FL sign? Why did he?
And see here
hey, Matt,
on the replay.
I'm just here so I don't get fined, by the way.
Yeah, that is true. And DeMarcisco with an unfinable catch there. A beautiful play. Great. Got past Gallimore, and I didn't expect that on that play. Hit him with the skirt, and then hit him with the skirt, followed by the skirt stake. And you know what? The A7FL is partnered with Zoom Bang, world-class protective gear, brought to you by Beast Mode and the one and only Marshawn Lynch. Zoom Bang protects you no matter where you are. For more information, head to zoombang.com. That's zoombang.com. 4:05 left to go in the 4th quarter. I'm Matt Ryan, Corey Hammond alongside me at Asbury Park Stadium. 1st and 10 with under 4 minutes to play for the Savage, who are down 47-14. It is not a good day for the New Jersey Savage. And then there's a direct handoff over to number 4. That's Malik Walker. Slips, slides, takes it to the house, and he'll go on the track, try to run a 4.40 and make this one a little bit closer. It's a 27-point game now, but it's 47-20. The Savage looking to bounce back in this.
You know what that high step says to me, though? That is a guy in Malik Walker that has played a pretty good game, and he's happy with himself for scoring against the U. That is, Matt, that's how dominant the U has been, not only all day, but all season, that when a guy, on the jet sweep, you see Malik Walker, but a great block at the bottom of your screen, this seals it for the touchdown. Bang, right on Air Jamaica, Kenny Prelu, who's not known for his blocking, but his speed. And then that's Neon Dion checking out, because he could have made that play. But, hey, let Malik Walker get his touchdown. Let him get his high step in the end zone. Let him tell his friends and family that he scored this Sunday when he goes to work or he goes back home. But, good drive by the Savage because, like I said, if they have to play this U team, they have to start figuring out some of the things that work. And you have 3 minutes here left to see if you could stop them and get some points as the conversion here.
2-point attempt.
Malik
caught. Walker dropped at the 5.
Playing
and
his
it
heart
looks
out.
like he caught it, and it counts. It looks like he was downed by contact there, but they'll count
I don't think
it.
he got touched. He fell, but he got up so quickly. Shout out to Malik Walker on those last 2 plays because, a lot of times you're a football team, you're getting your face punched in.
Yeah, and he's
but
trying to
he's still fighting. He's still out there to play football, and football is about every down, playing it like it's your last. And right now, you see him get down, isn't touched, pops back up immediately, smells the end zone, dives in. That's the effort that you need to be able to compete with Patterson as they allow 22 points for the first time this season.
Yep. And it's the
But when
first
you
time
allow
we've seen them in double
47,
digits.
You allow 47. It doesn't matter how many times Savage scored today because I don't think they had a ball enough times to score that many.
Yeah,
that
that's
many
fair.
points.
And you take a look at it, and you take a look at that, Corey. An 18-yard scamper for the touchdown. Malik Walker following that up with a ball that looked like it was for DeMar Cisco. Was an intended receiver on that play. It was a crossing route.
You had the rub route, and that's a good concept. And if you have enough time to block it, which Rashad Knight, kind of made time for himself, it could work, especially in man coverage is almost, primarily what you'll get in the A7FL. So good play design.
3 of 40 yards was Knight on that drive. Ball bouncing, stays live in play. Picked up at the 15-yard line. Disrespecting the entire league on this one. Trying to cut through, staying up, staying mobile. And will be taken out of play at the 30.
Good play by Quentin Bragg there.
Oh, he got across the border. He was inside the 40.
Yeah. When you get a 3-on-1, like I said, the over pursuit sometimes is your worst enemy. So smart play by Viral there, seeing if the ball was going to go out of bounds. It somehow didn't. Athletic play, pick it up off the turf. Even more athletic play, making the first man miss. Wow. And almost great plays from the Savage have turned into even better plays for the U all night as we sit here 47-22. And, Matt, I don't even know if the score feels that close.
It doesn't. You feel worlds apart. And there's the handoff to the D-Train, and the D-Train getting a gain of about 4 there on the play as the ball will be spotted at the 41-yard line.
Let's give the Savage defense credit. Getting your bleep beat in the way that they are right now, having to tackle D-Train and have to go to work, which is an important part of this league, having to go to work tomorrow, and they're still tackling D-Train in the fourth quarter. Really no way of getting back in this game with only 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. For Isaac, number 48, most of the time he's in on that play. For them to be able to bring D-Train down, that just shows that they're not here to give up. They're fighting. And if they can grab even a littlest momentum going into next week, if they have to play this U team again, they're striving for it. So, we talk about Malik Walker kind of setting the example. Maybe he's setting the right example for the rest of his team in there as they're still out there fighting in the red Raiders jerseys.
Following a timeout from the Savage, it will be second down, the hand play action. And this one, Huffin throwing this one deep, and it's out of his hands, and it will be third down.
Yeah, they're trying to spread the ball around. That's Kyle Ward, a former Savage player, number 18 for the U, going deep. And on second and 8, they go play action up top. So we were talking about the McLaren, we're talking about the Ferrari. The U may be walking around there. They may be handing the ball to D-Train just a touch, but they still got their foot on the gas pedal, the proverbial cleat on the throat of Savage. And just because the Savage scored does not mean that they're here to stop. They're looking for 50.
Great shot of Quattro Huffin. Throws the ball
Jumps.
over to the D-Train. D-Train plowing through. D-Train trying to go to the station. Trying to pull it to the end zone. And will be knocked out of play near the 10-yard line.
And we talked about my vocab. That's a pretty play right there. Because that's a big, pretty guy. Because we're going to call him Fluffy. That's a fluffy play. Again, public service announcement. Young quarterbacks in this league. Watch Quattro Huffin make this throw. This is what you do not do. Jump, throw,
and
Derek
throwing
Jeter.
Across your body, too. But you have to have such faith in your receivers, in someone like D-Train, to make that throw and also know the defense will not find you. And that's the thing about the A7FL, that's 7-on-7. I don't think anybody would try this in a full 11-on-11. That's why it opens up the sport.
There's too many guys across the field to throw across your body like that, especially jumping. But what the Savage defense has to do is react to everything the U has done as its 1st and 10.
And the D-Train play action. Play action rolling out to his right.
Jumpman.
In the corner to Jumpman. Jumpman. He is up to something. And we got ourselves a 50-burger as the U getting across the half-century mark, making it 53-22 with a minute 52. And also adding more points, locking in that 1 seed and more, and also doing you a favor, Corey, because that plus minus is going to have to come into it. And as we get closer to that 20 grand, we take a look at the replay here.
So this game will have the Savage, if it stands right now, and points pending because there's the conversion, which they might run the triple option and then do a reverse out of. I've seen them do it. I'm calling it right now. They're having fun, so they're going to do the triple option look. They're going to fake it to D-Train. They're going to run. They're going to pitch it to the wide receiver that comes in the reverse to the downside, and they might even do a double reverse, and then they might do a pass, and then they might do the same lateral stuff. Look, Joel, Jumpman, they're not in the triple option anyway. But so negative 31 points for Savage. So that point differential is going to be huge because today we lost by 6?
Yeah.
And so our point differential is -8. So let's see what the Savage ends up being.
And the snap with time into the
Jumpman.
corner. Jumpman gets swatted down. And number 6 not allowing
That's
that,
Q.
pulling a Mutombo. Q Bell not allowing that. He is trying to keep it together here. That was a 15-yard strike from Huff,
Step
by
on
the
your
way,
call.
for
I'm
the
going to try to
touchdown.
Mutombo. No. Finger wag.
Not in his house. We'll take a look at the replay here.
There's Moon just tossing it up to his buddy Joel. He says, "You want to jump? I'll let you jump." Jumps a little too early.
Oh, and I
then
can see us on camera. I can see us in the corner there.
You could see?
Yeah.
My head's gray and white. And from that distance in the dark, you could see it from 40 miles away.
And with the length of time in this game, my hair has grown a few inches. But that's the thing about this game. The Savage had a game plan into this. We talked about it at the top of the game.
They were executing it at times.
And they were executing it, but they weren't
1
scoring.
minute 20 seconds left in the second quarter. It was 28-14, and if you were going into halftime saying that you're down 28-14, and you stopped them a couple times maybe, but then it was 41-14 before we even knew it, and we learned about palindrome. 3-on-1 throw off.
Servance will return this one for the Savage, and
His
a
first
Savage
miss.
stiff arm,
Smokey has
and
nothing to
trying
do
to
with that
keep
tackle.
Smoke away, and staying up is Servance. Servance pushing away another defender. He is standing on his feet and taken down inside the 45. Servance lighting a fire under his team with 1:52 left to go. He will not surrender to the good night. He will demand that it is his Independence Day.
That was a great speech in a movie and just now. But look, 1:52 left. You got to play this team again maybe next week, and we'll talk about playoff seed. Like I said, I'm not good at math. You got to play this team again next week. Guess how you're going to get your team back in not this game, but another game? Is you're going to make a body people. Get off me. Get off me.
That is me
Smoke
at
is wide
5 o'clock.
receiver. Get off me.
On the New York City subway. That is me
Get off
trying
me.
to get home at rush hour
No,
or
I don't
at
got change. I don't got change. Get that cup out of my face.
or
in New
a
York
Golden
City.
Corral. That
And
is
then
me
Huff
at a Golden Corral right
The best thing the Savage could do there is have him fall on Huff's right shoulder. No offense, because that's right now.
And
That's
Quattro Huffin, they're up 53-22. Rest for next week, and he's just out here just trying to straight tackle humans.
well, and he did straight tackle a human that just made 2 other humans that are athletic look like nothing.
So Huff
First
is
and 10.
Yeah, Huff 8 for 13, 213 yards, 4 touchdowns. Huff 1 touchdown attempt, 103 yards rushing, 3 rushing attempts. Huff has 350 yards of total offense, and there's Malik Walker again.
Woo!
Malik Walker streaking down the sideline, cannot be caught. Touchdown Savage, and with 1:41 left to go, this one getting a little closer here. They will not go quietly into the good night here, even though we want to say goodnight from Asbury Park Stadium. We still have some football to play. It's 53-28, getting a little closer here between these two teams.
And so far, Matt, this has been a good night of football. We've seen a lot of good plays. This game hasn't been the type of contest that we're looking for, but we've seen some plays. So if you want to check out the highlights, A7FL.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, InstaFace, whatever, right? But Malik Walker is trying to put the team on his back, not to win this game, but to show the Savage, because they might have to play them again. Look, we can compete with these guys. And let's say it for what it is. The U right now, they don't have their starters in. They got guys that are kind of, playing half speed. But 28 points on a Patterson U team shows that there are openings for offenses to get points.
And you got to be
The
taking notes
problem
right now.
is the Savage is a pretty good. Yeah, I am taking notes. I've been scouting the U all game. That's why at times I've been speechless because what do you do? But if you put 28 points up on the U,
and
pat somebody on the back on your team.
Yeah.
The problem is that your defense is allowing 53. You the Dallas Cowboys now. No one's stopping anybody as they put the ball up.
And that one is out of play, and that one will get
Quarterback fundamentals 101, back foot. You throwing off the back foot. You're not going to put the power in there. You're not going to reach Kenny Prelude at the back of the end zone. You got a man coming down, bearing down on you. Rashad Knight, you're a defensive end most of your career. You got to step into that throw.
And Rashad Knight, though, 4 for 5 so far today. 4 for 5, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but most of those yards are Malik Walker run after the catch.
Yeah.
most of those yards are on, really
So racking up the rack.
Amazing, want to and will from a guy who is in a game right now where he's almost getting beat. Well, they were getting beat by 30, and he's still putting his all out there. You got to give it up for Malik Walker.
And here's
making
that
his
Walker
name
play.
known tonight.
Look at this one again.
Steps up in the pocket.
Rashad Knight, sea of you around him, had one receiver, but kept Walker in it.
And a good block by Shedrick Goodridge coming
Yeah.
from the tight end position all the way downfield, get a block on former Savage player Kyle Ward.
What a play.
And Malik Walker is like, I am the version of you that's just a tiny bit faster. And that's why you were back up on you and not a starter for the Savage no more.
The Pokemon evolution coming through the form of Malik Walker on that one. We will have the 3-on-1, and it might be our final 3-on-1 of the night. For those who are just joining us, I'm Matt
but with
Ryan.
1 minute 41 seconds left, Matt, this time in the first half, we were like, oh, you might score once. Well, they scored twice.
Yeah.
But if they score and they get the ball, the points up to 50, which, anything is possible at this point. Kareem Moon back to return the kick. We saw what he could do when somebody's, giving him the lob on a fast break.
And that ball bounces around.
Let's see what he can do on the return.
Inside the 10-yard line. Kareem Moon gets past one defender, gets away from another, utilizing the B button.
Oh.
And Kareem Moon
Explodes.
cutting through. He's got nothing in front of him. Cuts through another defender, spins through another one, trying to keep upright, and gets taken down inside the 20-yard line.
And somehow, Ashanti Worthy for BIC just stood up, clapped, and then just patted himself on the back. Nah, man, you ain't taking you ain't getting those highlights from me.
And
in 2016, Moon scores on that, but I think first of all, the Savage, these guys out here, extreme speed. So even though this takes all the effort in the world, and you got to be tired after a return like that.
That was a 72-yard return from Kareem Moon.
Honestly, how did he get caught? I think he's playing around right here is where he got caught.
I think he just wanted to set it up so he could take time off the clock.
Yeah, he's playing around.
79 yards.
He could have kept going. He could have kept going.
And the ball spotted on the 21-yard line.
Good play by Rashad Knight, who's not as fast as.
And speaking of Rashad Knight, you know who has all of his yards? Malik Walker.
Yeah.
Malik Walker is the one who has all of his yards. With
So,
a minute 26 left to go.
Ferrari, pedal to the metal. You know what's up.
Yep.
They got trips to the top of a screen. We got Smoke in there. We got Jumpman. We got Kyle Ward. As it looks like
The
Huff
D-train set up to the right.
is set up to do a play action. They're going to send Smokey on a cross. They're going to send Kyle Ward on a clear. And they're going to send Joel Jumpman on a 10-yard in. And he's going to make the first man miss, roll right.
They took a knee
touchdown.
there. And it will be second down. It'll
What?
be second down after that. They took a knee. That looks like they're running the clock out here.
They're going to run the clock out until there's one play left, and they're going to do the
They're
lateral
going to go
game.
banana pants. Speaking of
They
banana
better
pants,
not look. Listen, this is all cute. If somebody gets hurt on their team, shame on them because
Yes.
this is disrespectful to football. This is disrespectful to the game of football. And what the Savage have shown is that they can score points on the U. If one of these major players, especially Huff, gets injured, totally different
it changes
ballgame.
the entire thing. And speaking of talk about impact players, Kareem Moon has 200 yards returning on only 3 returns. So in 3 returns
Light
today,
work.
Kareem Moon has 200 yards on 3 returns. And that will be the end of this one.
Okay.
They have run
take
out
it-
the
they-
clock.
They, do the
will
smart
take
thing.
the
They
knee.
take it to the knee.
They are ending this one with your final score being the Patterson U 53, the New Jersey Savage 28. And next week, Corey, we're going to get you on the field. You are either going to face the Patterson U or the BIC. We are going into the divisional round, the divisional tournament. It's a knockout round next week. And then after that, we have the final 4 right on Fight. If you have not watched the A7FL on Fight yet, if you've not gotten a season package, hell, if you just haven't bought a game a la carte, what is wrong with you? We want to see you next week right here, 1:30 p.m. Eastern on Fight. Download the app, buy the package, see Corey. That's Corey Hammond. I'm Matt Ryan. We will see you back here next Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So long from the Garden State.